Hello friends, welcome to our channel. If you've watched our videos before, you'll know that we love to share the knowledge of how to care for your plants, how to propagate them, what are the common problems in gardening, and so on. And today we will talk about pruning or trimming the roots of the plant. Do we really need to do it? How often should be done? What is the best time to prune the roots? And what are the methods of pruning the roots? And lastly, how to prune the roots so that they don't die. All these questions will be answered during this episode. So make sure you watch the whole video to get the most out of it. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can always enjoy new episodes. So let's start with the question, why do we want to cut off the roots of a plant? First, root pruning encourages new root growth. Root pruning creates smaller roots. That means more surface area for water and nutrient absorption. This ultimately leads to bigger and better plant growth. Second, cutting the roots helps to limit the size of the plant. The general rule is that the larger the root ball, the larger the plant. So keeping the root ball small and compact results in a smaller plant. Third, removing damaged roots. It's necessary to remove dead, diseased, or damaged roots to prevent the spread of disease. Also, if there are circling roots, we have to break them up, because if they continue to circle around in the pot, eventually they will end up killing the plant by constricting themselves. Now you might wonder, when is the best time to prune the roots of the plant? The best time to prune the roots is when you are repotting your plant. In other words, when you see the roots coming out of the drainage holes or the soils coming out of the drainage holes, that is a sign for you to repot and at the same time prune the roots. Or if you see that your plant has stopped growing, that could mean the roots have filled the entire pot and are now circling inside the pot. Both scenarios indicate it's time to change pots and prune the roots. But keep in mind that some plants like African violets, camellias, gardenias, and roses, their roots are very sensitive to disturbance. So for these types of plants, the best time to prune the roots is late winter or early spring while the plant is still dormant. Let's move on to the methods of pruning the roots. There are 3 different ways of pruning the roots. First one, root pruning during repotting. If you're repotting, lightly trim back long or unhealthy roots. Don't cut back more than 1/3 of the root system, then reuse or refresh the soil and pot. Secondly, root pruning while propagating. When taking cuttings or when you're rooting them in water, trim away the roots that are already there on the stem. Thirdly, root pruning with a sharp tool. You can use pruning shears, pruners, or prun, whatever you like to call them. Make sure that they are sharp, clean, and sterilized. Some gardeners use a 50/50 mixture of isopropyl alcohol and water to sterilize their tools. Now remember, never use a sharp tool to prune the roots of a plant that is in its pot. You can damage the surrounding roots and the pot. So take the plant out of the pot, lay it on its side, and use a sharp tool to carefully prune the roots. Now we come to the question of how to prune the roots so that they don't die. As I said earlier, the most important thing to remember is not to cut back more than 1/3 of the root system at one time. Cutting back too much of the root system can shock the plant and can lead to death. So take your time and only cut back a little bit each time. Before you begin pruning, water the plant thoroughly. This will help the plant recover from the shock of the pruning. Cut back the roots in a way that there are enough roots left to support the plant. For example, if you have a lot of circling roots, break them up or cut them back so that there are still some roots left in the pot. After you finish pruning, place the plant in an area that will receive bright indirect light. This will help the plant recover from the shock of the pruning. Now let me show you how to prune the roots while repotting. Take the plant out of the old pot and loosen the root ball. With your fingers, use pruning shears to cut away any dead, diseased, or damaged roots. Remove any circling roots. Break up any large roots into smaller pieces. Place the plant in the new pot and fill with soil. Water thoroughly. Let me show you how to prune the roots while propagating. Take a cutting from the plant and remove the bottom leaves. If there are any roots on the stem, trim them all away. Place the cutting in a propagation mix and place in an area that will receive bright indirect light. And let me show you how to prune the roots with a sharp tool. Take the plant out of its pot and lay it on its side. With pruning shears, cut away any dead, diseased, or damaged roots. Remove any circling roots. Break up any large roots into smaller pieces. Place the plant in its pot and fill with fresh soil. Water thoroughly. Pruning the roots is an important part of plant care. By following these simple tips, you can ensure that you prune the roots properly and promote healthy plant growth. Just remember to water the plant well before and after pruning. Cut back no more than 1/3 of the root system at one time and place the plant in an area that will receive bright and direct light. Pruning the roots can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With a little practice, you'll be able to prune the roots of any plant with confidence. Thank you for watching this episode till the end. We hope that you learned something new. Please feel free to drop your comments and questions below. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to get notified when we upload new videos.